Good morning, chat. How's it going, gamers? Everyone out there? I honestly just rolled out of bed, like maybe 30 minutes ago. Like I haven't had coffee yet. Like I'm still, you can hear it in my throat. Whenever I first wake up, it's still that morning voice. But um, I've done some testing for Kissimmee. Um, and like Dionysus seems crazy. Only because Dionysus's madness seems like the best back row in the set. Bano, this set is gonna go crazy. Kissemee's gonna go crazy. Like, holy. But yeah, probably just gonna be playing some Clash for a couple hours today, doing my dailies. Because ever since the new Clash Pass came out, I kind of have been slacking just a bit. Um, but yeah, let's just get into it. There we go. Oh, right away, Jesus. I'll keep that, I guess. While I was downstairs, I really should have grabbed more water. Forgot to set the Gorgons, but that's whatever. Doesn't even tell me what they searched off the art, but that's so fucking useless. Well, that wasn't... The Gorgon's Gaze wasn't gonna help against Earthquake either way. You know, like, the one day that, you know, I wanted to give myself just a little treat during stream. Grubhub gives me a driver that's out in the fucking boonies. Rummagem? No, you're not getting a search. I'm sorry. I just hope that I draw a guy that isn't Heliolith. Oh yeah. That's big. That's huge. Massive even. Okay, it's like a Bug Snacks Hermes kind of deal. You know, you can boost your guy, that's fine. Make it a 5 crash. Teddy, thanks for the resub. Good morning. 20 months, that's a big number. Yes, sir. You know, just thought I'd get a stream in before I went off to work today. Because I'm going in pretty late. Might be a shorter one. Okay. Man. 5:30 p.m. You working night shift. Yeah, no. Shouts to all Europeans, bro. Like, 90% of content creators being American must suck for you guys. Actually, let's go for a low. No. Let's go. Yeah, I guess we can go Healy. Let's bounce the guy. Because he didn't search the Hermes anyway. So I don't think he has it. Or if he does, he's just playing the one that's in his hand right now, so it doesn't matter. Oh, and the back row's another thing. You love to see it. And I doubt that an Obsidian 5 caster with no username is gonna be a toggle god. Oh, that's true. But yeah, no. So the past 2 weeks I've been like really sick, and I just got back to work this week, so that's why there haven't been streams. But like if work keeps putting me on the same-ish schedule, you know, I might try and do these like, you know, early morning streams if I can fix my my sleep schedule. And then on like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday do like, you know, the later streams. You know, it was a really bad case of bronchitis. It was horrible. Okay. Then we can expend you, and then we can expend you, right? No, we should probably expend a fire. Yeah, no, them not having a lot of product in Europe has been one of the main complaints that I've seen. But have you tried the marketplace Discord? Because I know that there are some Europeans in there. And there we go, easy as can be. I really should start using, like, earth spirits to cast my runes. Yeah, it's like a self-perpetuating thing, which is unfortunate. Man, I really wish that I played Scythe the Demeter in this deck. Specifically for this interaction. But yeah, no, I'm hopeful for European distribution soon, TM. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect for A Drive to be able to change to American production so soon. Like him having being able to get a deal with the company that he did is insane, right? In case y'all didn't know, for Livestream they changed to American manufacturing, and they're now Elestrals is now being manufactured by the same people who do Magic and Pokemon, allegedly. So I'm hopeful that they'll get a you know, whatchamacallit, a manufacturing partner in Europe with the same standards, but that's the problem with indie TCGs, unfortunately. Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah. So then now it's double swapped. So then now I'm gonna Argo. Dude, another fantastic Argo outplay by the one and only Mr. Ninja. Another fantastic Argo outplay. Just absolutely destroyed this guy. Trying to be tricky with the double liar. And then now watch, we're gonna pay off the necklace. Wait, no, we can't. To cast the torch. Inshallah, we draw an invoke. That's not an invoke. Mm. If we drew Ambro there, it would have gone crazy. And I think I'm fine paying off the, I think I'm fine paying for this right now. No, I might want to write up a video that kind of outlines the, top 5, things that Illustrials needs to improve on in the next year. And a lot of that probably is, like, this will probably be scripting now, and then, like, release after, Kissimmee. But, yeah, that's a lot of it is going to be international distribution. And then we alter. Do we hard ascend? No, I don't think we do. Yeah, like the two, like there are a lot of issues, not only with Clash, but the game in general. But like, okay. Wait, why can't I? Oh, I may be stupid. Yeah, okay. I just wasted a spirit. I may in fact be stupid, chat. But yeah, no, it'll probably like the top 5 issues are like international distribution, um, Clash, having like a good tutorial, um, not having enough events, what else? If they announce the next open before, what's it called? Before the video comes out, it might just be like, you know, being able to get the sets before opens, you know. Yeah. There needs to be not only like more events, but more diversity of events, you know. I think I could have, no, I should have normal cast the fucking Viscerus. Yeah, I think I win this game. Oh no, this guy kills my thing. That is a bug. No. You had it, friend. You had it. Need healing. Okay. My Grubhub is here. So I'll be back in like 3 seconds. Okay, chat? Sit tight. Okay, chat. Little what information on this tiny blackout? Probably like this. So we got. If you guys want to know my Starbucks order, right? Wait, hold up. Ooh. Grande latte, triple blonde espresso with whole milk, a classic. And then I'm a multi-drink girly. I got one, which is just coffee with whole milk. 2, Trenta strawberry acai lemonade, no berries. And then 3, my latte. And then I guess 4, I got my water. From being bought this vial, that's crazy. That's a wild take, but I respect it. I respect it. But no, okay. So the other day, I saw this camera, right? It's like the Insta360 Go 3 or whatever. And it's kind of like a teeny tiny little action cam, right? That like probably, I don't know, it's probably like as big as my thumb, right? And they make hat clips for it. So like, you have your hat and then it clips onto the front and then it's like a first person POV. And the first thing that I immediately thought of was, oh wow, this makes vlogging locals really fucking easy. Like incredibly so. Instead of, every single round, oh, I gotta, set up the tripod and the camera and hit record and make sure that both people can be heard. No, I just, set up the one camera that's on my hat, click record, and then we're good to go. So I don't think that I've seen like that style of content from anyone in the TCG space, right? Like a first person POV, like VOD review. And I don't know if people would watch that, right? Even though like the locals that I go to is like probably one of the more competitive locals for Alestrals, even though it's like really small. So there's about like 10 or so people that go to that locals, including me. And I think like 8 out of the 10 have credentials. Like have a top of some kind. And then also MBT goes there. So also, so I've talked to Joseph a couple times in person, and he is like literally the exact same person as he is on stream. Like it's crazy. I expected for him, how like people describe that like A Drive when he's talking to people normally, he doesn't have like a YouTube voice, and then when he goes on camera, he turns it on. It's time for blah 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 blah. No, Joseph is like the same way. He's like maybe a little bit more toned down, but like the Mr. Bussy. Yes, correct. It is the Mr. Bussy. If you actually go on his Twitter and go to his Alestrals local threads for the store regional like set thingy, like when was that? Like a month and a half ago? You'll see me. It's the God, what is that format called? There's like a set regional, I think is what it's called. No, not regional. And it's not a set championship. It's like you can only use cards from within the set, And for Firestorm, it was complete ass because they printed Voltempest, and like nothing can out Voltempest in that set. You know, like me and Joseph had like, you know, a back and forth. He pulled out his binder and it was like traits. I was like, traits? You know, it was funny. He is very easy to riff with. Like, you know, I realize that, like, you know, I'm not the most animated person, but like, you know, he makes it easy. Also, like, his entire front page of his binder is like prototypes, and I'm like, dog. But you know, like, I don't know if people would watch that content of like a first person dubbed over locals vlog. Exactly, bank account. True, real. I just had to pay to rent the car that I'm gonna be driving for Kissimmee, and I am broke as hell. Like, I got paid this morning, and it just immediately went out the door. And when I say broke as hell, chat, that means I don't have any more fun money. I'm like, listen, I'm good with money, right? I don't come from money, but like I have the monetary discipline to like save a lot. So like I have a good nest egg. I am stable and secure. It's just I don't have any money to spend on cardboard, guys. No. What up? Wait, no, you should have VIP. You should have VIP. How do I VIP you from inside StreamerBot? Give you mod? No, you'll probably okay, slash VIP who what when whale. Right? Did I spell that right? I'm not giving you mod yet, because I feel like you'd troll. Someone would literally come into the chat and claim, like, the PS3 has infinite games, and then you'd ban them and say, no, it has no games, but it has infinite games. But it has no games. But yeah, we're just chilling out for a hot second while I drink some more coffee. You know, I have to be a 4-drink girly. I got normal coffee. I got a latte. I got a refresher. And then I got water. But then the uses PC. True and real. PC, I hate to say it. I hate to say it because this phrase was, you know, created by white supremacists, but PC master race. On my Nintendo PC right now. Yeah, that's true. With you being German, it's kind of... But no, as the American, as the one who lives in the fascist state, I'm allowed to say it, you know? So also something that I've been thinking about, right, is I kind of want to go back to a buzz cut, like a really close buzz. Like, um, I know that I'm like literally at like the awkward stage between like, short hair and long hair, and I just need to write it out. But also, I watched an Anthony Fantano review yesterday. I'm like, wait a minute, me and him, like, we got the same thing going on. Skinny white boy with a beard, and then the difference between me and him is like he always has a buzz cut or shaves his head, and then I have this mess. So I'm like, wait a minute, could I pull off the Anthony Fantano look? Could I? Mayhaps. Maybe as a treat, but no. Don't be surprised if at some point I just give myself a buzz cut. I used to have long hair, like back in the day, but then this April I shaved it all off. It's all gone. It's all gone. Quote, back in the day, it was really like, yeah, like 4 months ago. Well, yeah, no, I might go back to like a really short buzz. Okay, it wasn't a few weeks ago. It has been months now. I think that it is past the period of a few weeks. And when I did my buzz, I did a pretty long buzz anyway. Like it wasn't super close. Yesterday was January. True. Yesterday for me was fucking August 2018. God, those were the days. Man, I miss toss format. Toss format was peak. Why can't they just bring it back? Just reverse the card pool. Dude, I miss toss format so bad. I might pick up Yu-Gi-Oh again because I've heard that this format is really really similar to toss. But that would also mean that I have to learn what all the Dominus cards do, and I would have to pick them up, and those are expensive. Like I'm pretty sure you can pick up like a Yummy Core for like what, $30, $40 American. Someone my age. Almost 20 years now. So like 20 years ago I was 5. True. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even keep track of the reprints anymore because I don't even buy cards, right? But I do have a big backlog of like shiny high rarity stuff that probably has gone down the drain because of the infinite printing of QCRs. But like I still have max rarity mermail. I still have multi swap frogs. I still have secret first ashes, which are probably nothing at this point. What else do I have? I have like ulti first coelacanths. I'm trying to think of all the other really nice stuff that I have. I still have a CR first 3 near mint Frog the Jam. Let's go. Frog the Jam, that's my goat. Slime Toad Frog the Jam. Let me actually take this sticker off. I mean, like, what identifying information does this even have on it? Oh, wait, no. That's a store number. Yep, that could dox me very easily. Yep. Germany was like, well, I don't have a choice. True. If the playset is that close and it's right there, you know, you might as well. Okay. Let's get back to gaming. This is supposed to be a gaming stream. We're supposed to be climbing chat. Oh, 100%. 30 euro for a bit? That's perfect. I also need to redo all my commands. Like, I think I have everything for the stream element spot turned off right now. But I need to port all of that over to StreamerBot. Cause like StreamerBot's fucking insane. You can run C+ code in it. And it like does shit. It like it's gone on Card Market. No. Yeah, C++. Whatever. I'm missing one plus. Okay. But no, if you guys have not seen the stuff that you can do with like StreamerBot, one of the main guys who advocates for it, Nutty, has okay. So this is the most batshit insane thing I've ever seen. So yeah, exactly. So he has, right? He has StreamerBot. Whenever someone subs, take a picture of him, right? Take a picture of his webcam, and then print it out of a physical printer in black and white with a sub message underneath it. Like, there's some seriously wild shit that you can do with StreamerBot. It's like one of those platforms where you don't ask, what can you do? You ask, what can't it do? Which up until very recently was like interface with kick.com, but now it can. So Dimax. That's a really good player. Oh no, I'm about to get washed. I'm about to get washed. Dimax is only silver too? What? Rabito. Oh yeah, also I've been testing for live stream. And dude, near one goes 35 a pop. You know, like so what? That's 105 euro for a playset. That bit's not worth it. That bit is no longer worth it. Honestly, Ultra Visco's crazy. Actually, you know, let's just set 3. He doesn't have Hurricane. There's no way he has Hurricane. true and real. Oh, Teddy, were you here the day that Dragoon got announced for the TCG? Like literally, I sat on Red Eyes Fusion's page and we literally saw it disappear in real time. I think there's a clip on the channel somewhere. But it was so funny. Let's go. I guess we can Argo. And then we equip Liar to the Astrabbit. But that's a very vintage ninja clip. Yeah, like, Dragoon on release was so crazy. Oh yeah, I remember designators, when they first came out, were like, literally $100. I'm like, there's no way. Let's run out this. Let's go battle phase. We can go this into Galaxy. Watch, we're about to absolutely destroy this guy. Ogdoadic invoked, true, real. Yeah, no, I think I just Tsunami here. Switch my own guy. Same. Because, like, I really want to actually try hard. Oh, yeah, no. The fucking new tournament rules are fucking unhinged. Like, oh my god. I didn't think that they'd actually go through with it. I was like, there's no way. Right? There's no way that they make it a double match loss. It has to be a double game loss. Then they came through and they're like, no, it's a double game loss. And I'm like, brother. I will. Wait, no, let's pay for it with a fire. And then we're gonna siphon off with a liar to the Viscerous and then change it to attack. And then he's gonna take a damage. And then I get another Viscerous. Yeah, like, topping a YCS is gonna be so much harder now. Oh my god. Okay, no, that's fair. like having to go, right, X2 over 15 rounds is insane. And even then you're not guaranteed, right? Which is fucking wild. Yeah, like I don't know who at corporate came up with that decision to, like, you know, change the end of match procedure shit and like change the YCS format, but like dog, that person's gotta get fired. This is like literally the worst change of all time. And also, you know, listen, if there are, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh players that want to get off the bandwagon, there is this, you know, little indie TCG that I know of that, you know, feels a lot like Edison format. I mean, I'm just saying, chat. I'm just saying, chat. There is a nice little TCG by a guy named A Drive. Okay. So what do we do here? There's already a Vis and Grave. It's literally the third Viserys that gets you. I'm not even joking. Okay. So, well, I'm taking at minimum 3 Spirits of Damage a turn. Well, no. Okay. So here's the play. Here's the play. I would love to true. Like, I feel like Lestral's biggest problem is that, like, they have not tapped into markets that want to give them money. Like, people want to play this game. It's just that the game itself is getting in its own way. Yeah, like the biggest thing is like you need to get a distributor for Europe. You need to get a distributor for Australia, because there's surprisingly a big contingent of Australian players. There's like probably like 30, 40 of them. And the game is like small as this. That's more than like most individual states. Yeah, like I haven't seen any Asian casters, but like, you know, a distributor in like Asia would kind of go crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you need to get that shit in China. Like, China would eat this shit up. I think I just lose this one, honestly. Because then what? Next turn, I take 3 at minimum. If I use a spirit here, you know, I think I just lose. Yeah, the only way that that could go badly is if you partner with Konami, which I don't think that A-Drive would. Like, A-Drive very much, like, I don't know if you've seen, but, like, A-Drive has been flying to the American printing place that he's partnered with and, like, doing inspections of the cards as they're coming out of the line. Like, he wants to be able to do that. But also, you guys already know, we're doing a huge opening for live stream when it comes out. Because I'm going to Kissimmee, I get the cards early. Yeah, no, like, I feel like A-Drive's biggest strength and weakness is that he is extremely open to feedback. Like, sometimes that's for better, sometimes that's for worse. But, you know, it is what it is. This is, I don't want to mulligan a second time, but no, that like a void change was so good. Like, oh my god. Also, supposedly, not in this month's Shattered Stars, but in October Shattered Stars, with the Lunar, oh my, there's supposed to be a full art like a void in there. I think that was teased. Yeah, like, how they handled Dazed and Enraged was, honest, in my opinion, really bad. If they had revealed Dazed and Enraged along with, like, the first cards that they were printed on, I could have been testing with that, like, a month and a half ago, right? I could have started, like, seriously testing so much earlier. Oh my god. Like, so much earlier. And especially with how Kissimmee is going to be set up, where it's with the new set the week of release. Like, you know, all that time, it means something. You know what I mean? And then we go combat. Yeah, and that that desire to create buzz was probably definitely from like the YouTuber brain side of you know, A-Drive, rather than like the card game creator side of A-Drive. Okay, so he's targeting shield. That's fine. But, like, if you are going to have your event hinge on, you know, us being able to test early to the point where you are giving us product early, right? Like half a month early, before even OTSs have it, you need to, like, you know, you need to give us that info so that, you know, people can properly test. Because, like, you know, what, getting top 4, if you already have Worlds points, basically guarantees you an invite to Worlds. If you get first, guaranteed an invite to Worlds. Also, so, like, at the last Open, the first, second, and third place prize cards were Asked Rabbit, which I don't have to tell you is extremely playable. And then now, right, top 16 is Cyprong, which I also don't have to tell you. Well, I do, because people haven't been testing, but, like, Cyprong is probably one of the best Alestrals in the entire set. That top 16 Cyprong is going to be very valuable. That card is insane. What do I want on top? Probably shield. Yeah, that's fine. We go battle phase, try to crash. I'm gonna tsunami. Yeah, we do. It was revealed like a couple weeks ago, like maybe a week, 2 ago. Dazed is that Alestral just cannot declare an attack. Enraged is that Alestral must attack if able, and then during the controller's battle phase, it switches to attack. We could push for a lot of damage here. Do I have the Solar Spirits? I do. So it's like 5 damage on board. You know, like, Giant Skyhawk, the head judge for everything, was on the, Expend to Drop podcast the other day. And he was like, yeah, no, some people just, like, immediately guessed it, like, nail on the head type shit. Let's put Galaxy on top. Even though I don't have water spirits. Probably should have put Lavalith on the top so I could send over the Volcaries. But I don't think this back row is anything. I feel like eventually we will. Because, right, if you look at the spirits, they all have subtypes. If you look at the actual spirits themselves. So, like, if they were to print another Earth spirit, there would be a reason for it to have another subtype, right? Besides, Golem or whatever it is. Like, it's this subtype, right? So I'm pretty sure that, Tyratlis has this subtype. Yeah, I don't think that they would, like, necessarily have a downside, but, like, I feel like the Alestrals or cards themselves would have a synergy with, like, having a specific subtype. Like, if you go to the spirits, right? Like, Tyratlis is Golem and Insectoid. I don't even know what those are. Yeah, like, you can see all of them have, like, you know, different subtypes. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it'll be more of a snow-covered land situation. That, like, it doesn't really matter, but you'll play them, like, the different spirits, if there's a specific synergy that you're looking to, you know, take advantage of. You know, that happens with every set. Like, every set has, unique spirit arts. But they're still all, named the same card. But I could definitely, okay. So this is a crackpot thing. But, like, this would probably be, like, Alestrals 4.0. Like, right now we're in, like, Alestrals 1.5 with Livestream. This is like Alestrals 4.0. But I could see them printing a line of spirits where it's like, if you control no cards on board, you can special cast this spirit onto your board as an Alestral. And it has no enchantment cost. Right? Exactly, like, so, hold up. So my favorite spirit arts is for Shattered Stars. They printed every single one, in, like, stained glass. That's kind of hard to see without the lights, but they did every single one of those. And I have, like, 12 of each spirit, and that's, like, my default. Right? If they added the stained glass as a package, I would buy it the second that it is out. Like, if it's $100, I don't care. John Alestrals, just let me spend money on Clash, please. Also, Mr. Alestrals, full art Argo when? I want full art Argo. You already have full art resting on your laurels. I want full art Argo. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. No, but imagine if when you bought new arts for your spirits, like, some of them were, like, better, and, like, when it's flying across the screen, it had a different animation. That would go crazy. That would go crazy. Like, if instead of, like, you know, it looks like a wisp, if, like, the particle effects were, like, pieces of stained glass coming off of the spirit, John Alestrals, Hire me to the design team. I will come up with ideas like this daily. Ardrillas, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. We're just kind of chilling right now. I think they already have like alt arts for all the bears. Like, you know, they, especially with the new I'm like 90% sure, right? Where is Ursa? Wait, no. I have to go to cards and then Ursa. Right? Like, you've got the altar Abomin Ursa, you've got the Stellar Don't Poke the Bear. True. But like, yeah, no, they put out a lot of alternate arts. Like, you've got full art Ursa Den, which this is coming in live stream. This goes crazy. You've got Stellar Ursecoat. You've got other Stellar Ursecoat. You've got the Shattered Stars Urseer, but then the Stellar Urseer as well. You've got Stellar Ursmog grabbing the Funglow. Bad idea. And yeah, you've got like the like, yeah. There's a lot of different treatments that you can get. I want the alt art hibernation that they have for what's it called? I think it's the Keone structure deck that they have it in. That there's an alternate art where Glaciersa is just like lying back and like, you know, that one goes crazy. All right, I need to go use the restroom. I'll be back, chat. Just sit tight for a hot second. Of the decision that if you pick up a structure deck, you can play it in the tournaments. Exactly. That is like the biggest thing. Because you want to know why they did that? You want to know why they did that? Okay, so in the first set of starter decks, it was Penterra and Ephemeral. In the Ephemeral structure deck, it had base set Spark It, which is a 4/2 that says you can Nexus Thunder. When this card receives Thunder in a Nexus, you can look at your opponent's hand and have them discard one card. Suffice it to say, Spark It is fucking broken and probably can't come back ever. Spark It is so broken. Like being able to go Spark It onto Rabbit, look for 3, and then Altar of Stars, Rabbit onto Spark It, hand rip. Like, also Spark It Zeus, Spark It being like a 7? That's crazy. Anyway, I need a pee. I'll be right back. Wait, no, wrong screen. Wrong screen. All right, chat, we're back. Um, but yeah, no, if you guys haven't checked it out, I've been uploading on the YouTube again. Link should be somewhere down there. If not, it's the same here as it is on YouTube. I've been uploading shorts. I uploaded a full fat video where I made some decks for live stream with proxies. It was really fun. You know, I think I'm gonna try and upload at least 2, maybe 3 shorts a week. Maybe like do morning streams like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then, or like Friday, Saturday, and then do evening streams Sunday, Monday, and then edit videos Tuesday. I don't know. I'm still like, you know, feeling it all out, seeing what feels good, you know, how much I can realistically do. You know, I think what I'm going to end up doing is like 2, maybe 3 shorts a week. And then a full fat video like every other week, something like that. And then see how that works. Yeah, let's get back to it. Where's my game? Game. There we go. Voltus Gamer 69 420. Let's go. That is a username and a half. Also, Dionysus's Madness is a fucking crazy card. Like, that card is fucking broken. So, like, you target an Alestral, and you daze it or you enrage it, right? And then, if you have Dionysus on board, you can change that Alestral's position and then re-enchant a Earth from your underworld to a Dionysus that you control. Card, like, literally reads like a custom card. And it's searchable. Like, the pure Dionysus deck is the first time in Alestral's history where I've felt like piles of neat synergies outweighs playing good stuff. And that's saying something. think what we do is we go set I'll go Kinleo and then fire to the Kinleo. So that's a 5. Enter battle phase. Swing. Foretell. Tsunami. Okay. Mr. Lith. Yeah, that order's fine. It's understandable. What'd you make it for dinner, Teddy? Oh my god. Gnobbert. So it's bread? Understandable. I really hope that he attacks the werepup first. No, he's a gamer, unfortunately. Because then now he can full moon ascend into Like a Void, and then Like a Void swing over. Oh, and then he's using it off the knot. That's smart. That is smart. I'm surprised that he isn't putting a lunar on the werepup and then ascending with the with water. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Honestly, understandable. And then he probably re-enchants the Like a Void. No. That is strange. Hmm. Grab shield. But yeah, no, like my win rate on a lot of my decks have kind of done like an upside down parabola where it's like, oh yeah, no, when I'm playing games where it's like free 99, I have a really high win rate. But then as I climb, it gets lower. But then as I get better with the deck, it is now started to go back up. Um, let's go Lava Lift. Honestly, I could just even out the board state here. Hmm. Hmm. I concur. Hmm. Let's go shield. Oh yeah, 100%. So like the only banned cards right now are Sparkit, Drataya, and Elichik. And then Champ Like a Void, right? Four banned cards. 3 of them were printed in base set. Oh, I might just lose this. Mm-hmm. Teddy, have you seen the Waspire FTK? Oh, we gotta watch that video after this, cause that is a piece of Alestral's history that needs to be seen. Ambro? Man, I wish I could get an Ambro right now, please! I think that I just lose this one. I'm gonna keep it a stack chat. Waspire FTK was fucking insane. It's like, oh yeah, no, we're like 3 sets in, but we already have like a very consistent FTK. There are a couple FTKs, but Waspire was the only like really consistent one. The other ones are like 9 card combos. No, I think he just has it. Okay. React time. Let's see here. Let me pull up my browser. Alestrals, Wasp, Fire, FTK. I forget which one was the original one. Was the original video the one by Alestronauts or by Caster's Corner? Where's transform? Transform. Fit to screen. Oh yeah, no, it was this one. Okay. So let's pause the music. Oh wait, desktop audio is not on. No, properties, system.
And this is the
okay. So, I'm gonna put this on 1.5 because this video is long. But yeah. So, the background, right, is the Alestronauts and like their testing circle found this FTK before a premiere and then brought it to A Drive and was like, yo, this is a problem. This is consistent. And they kept it under wraps until they had to make an emergency ban list to ban Drataya. Right? So, here it is.
Today is Friday, September 6th, and it is 1:50 p.m. and this is the video that released the day that Drataya or Waspire is banned. What is up, my Nimbugs? It's Caleb here on a very, very somber day, and I'm here with a good friend of mine.
Also, so that we can get the ethics out of the way, we are coming back to this video. We're liking it. We're subscribing to the Illustronauts. You know, great guys. Shout out to Caleb.
Yourself, Alex?
Yeah, my name's Alex, otherwise Super Insane 18. I have a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, but I do also play Illustrals quite a bit, and yeah, what we're about to show you is just fucking disgusting.
Yeah, so Alex is someone that I got into Illustrals back like last year, I think, at YCS Indianapolis, if I remember correctly. We met there, showed you the game, and this is now history.
Yeah, so it's like I was always interested in it. Like I really wanted to be part of it during the Kickstarter, but I just couldn't. And then when we met at Indy, I mentioned it, and you were like, "Oh, I've got a bunch of decks," and we just both happened to also be going to YCS Richmond, which was like the month after. So you brought the decks there, and I've been absolutely hooked on it since. So
yeah. So what we both are here to show you today is a very disgusting deck that we never wanted to see the light of day, which is why you're not seeing it. You're not seeing this video until the cards in it are banned. We very specifically, we made this deck. I've had a lot of fun building it, a lot of fun playing it, but this should never be played in a tournament setting because all it will do is cause pain and suffering for the people around, and you'll see very soon. So let's go ahead, let's hop into the deck profile, as it were, and then we're gonna do a nice little test hand, and we'll show you just what this deck can do.
Just to kind of talk about it, because you said one of these cards is getting banned, so that you guys know it's going to be either like the Drataya or the Waspire, and like there's arguments for both, and we'll probably talk about that a little later. But
Waspire is still a problem to this day, by the way. Like, the Exalt Flare into Waspire stuff is still kind of scary. It is not viable right now because there isn't a way to, like, cycle through your deck as fast as Drataya. But, like, if we get more, like, Fire Nexus tools, that card becomes very scary very quickly.
I'll go ahead and get the deck profile.
Yeah, and as with the whole timestamp thing, we have no idea. We're recording this in the past, knowing that this has to happen at some point. We just don't know what it's going to be. All right, let's hop in. So we've got the main piece of shit of this this deck. It's Waspire. Not once per turn, disenchant a fire from Ignector or Waspire to force an opponent to expend 2, and it can be activated any number of times in a turn. So this is the whole goal of the deck.
We now have Smell Tongue.
You want to put 10 or 11 fires under it and be able to use all of those for activation. So you need an additional couple of...
Yeah, so like what Caleb is explaining here is that Waspire on a 1-to-2 ratio, right? So you expend 1 spirit, they expend 2, you're burning them, right? So if Waspire ever hits 10 spirits, your opponent loses.
Spirits to be able to do that. And you want to burn your opponent for 20, and then either leave them on nothing, pass, then swing for game, or have something like Eruption in hand to burn them that last remaining amount to have them end the game.
Sometimes you don't even need to do that. Like, legitimately, if you can just get Waspire with 12 spirits underneath, that means that you can have 11 burns, and 11 burns is 22 spirits, and it's literally just the FTK.
Yeah, so we got Waspire. It doesn't even need to first turn kill, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Exalt Flares are next enabler of this this interaction. So what you're going to be doing is eventually you'll have all 3 of these Exalt Flares in your hand. You'll go Exalt Flare into Exalt Flare into Exalt Flare into Waspire, and just through that line, right, you have 1 spirit under Exalt Flare, a second one when you ascend to it, a third one when you ascend into this one, and a 4th one when you ascend into Waspire. So that's at least 4. You then have to Nexus 2. You want to Nexus 2 fires each time you do this. So you've got 4 for this, and then this is additional 2, 4, 6. So you should have 10 spirits under the Waspire once you've done this line. So
that's the let's see here. Let me just pull up Exalt Flare really quick for the chat so that I can explain it in more detail, because I feel like they're not going to go over it. Where's the search bar? Exalt Flare. You can Nexus up to 2. When you do, you can special send this Exalt Flare to an Celestial with an enchantment cost of 1 fire or 2 fire from your hand. So, you normal cast Exalt Flare. It has 1 spirit. Let's say you have like 3 Hephaestus with 4 spirits each, right? You Nexus 2 to it, it has 3 spirits. You then ascend into another Exalt Flare. It now has 4 spirits. You activate that Exalt Flare's effect to Nexus 2 from the Hephaestus onto it, and then you ascend again. So that's plus 3 spirits. It now has 7. For the third, you do the same thing. So it's plus 3 spirits. So now it's 10. And then you ascend over it into the Waspire. So that's another plus 3. So that's 12. Right? Very, very consistent with the setup.
That is why this can be so scary, is just with these 4 cards. And this is something we've known since Exalt Flare was revealed in Frostfall reveals months ago. This is something that people were talking about. There was a hypothetical FTK perfect hand where you draw all 4 of...
Because of this, like, Waspire is still on, like, the design team's radar, which is a good thing. Same thing with Exalt Flare.
And like a Hephaestus, I guess it'd be like a Nog into a Hephaestus, into two Hephaestus, does the full FTK with just 6 cards. But we don't need to have the perfect 6-card hand Exodia when we have some of the cards that are in our deck. Let's go ahead and let's hop over.
Also, so by the way, Drops of Leave universally is the worst card in the game. It's a worse magical mallet. But this deck is the one deck that actually used it effectively.
To looking here at what is going to be enabling this deck to do what it does best. And that
Spoilers,
is
but
that is why one of these cards getting banned, this video was released, is both of these cards are very problematic. Waspire, I think, can exist without Drataya, but it is a very concerning card to have regardless. Drataya, I don't think can exist at all, and it's why I'm hoping that this video comes out with the announcement of the banning of Drataya being sent to Tartarus. This card, whenever you...
And that's what happened, right? Drataya got fucking nuked off the face of the earth. Welcome back, Drataya, champion of Dionysus, an actual balanced card.
Cast Ambrosia, you can draw 2 cards. That's really good because it can happen multiple times in a turn, and you know that we are playing the maximum copies of Ambrosia we can, which is 6. So
not only is there Ambrosia, but there's Ambrosia Cornucopia, which lets you recycle stuff from your graveyard, including Ambrosias.
This is possibly, if you just see all 6 of these, this is 6 cards, is another 6 cards plus 1 draw for each Cornucopia. So this is 15 cards right here if you have a Drataya on field and see all of these Ambrosias. But that isn't all of the draws that you can do in this deck, because we're also playing Ash Rabbit. So the really, really interesting thing that this deck does, and what makes it very fun to play actually, is a difficult way of managing spirits on board, managing spirits that are in Underworld and in Spirit deck, and nexusing to Ash Rabbit repeatedly with Exalt Flare or with, we'll see later, Circle the Sky, to recycle our Ambrosias so that we can continually keep drawing more and more and more with the Drataya on field. So an ideal turn with this deck plays Drataya, draws deep through our deck to then be able to see Ash Rabbit access, and then we're going to get Ash Rabbit into the Underworld by some means, rise from the ashes it back, and then we're going to be able to loop our Ambrosias that we've used thus far. And again, we'll
also, just by the way, Rise from the Ashes at the time was at 3. It is now at 1.
show that in a combo later. But that is not all the Elestrals we're playing. We're also on Comagma here. We're playing, I guess we should talk about ratios kind of. I don't think it matters too much. Everything has been a 3 of up until these two.
Well, the one Wasp.
I mean, this one's obvious. Everything else has been 3 of. We're playing 2 Comagma. This is just like another copy of Ash Rabbit in a way of you can dig through your deck. If you see Comagma plus Circle the Sky and any way to have a Nexus Bank, this card then just says draw more, discard more, which now means you don't have to see Golden Apple for your Rise from the Ashes plays to be live, which does come up occasionally. But Comagma's probably the weakest card in this deck, and that's saying...
Like, if there was a modern iteration of this deck, this probably gets replaced with like the Smell Tongue line.
Is that saying
like
wrong?
a 1/1?
I don't know. This deck's kind of crazy. Here's another Celestial that we're playing 3 of. However, this isn't one that we're casting. This is Amp Up.
Amp Up.
And this is just, if you see one of it, you now have 2. We have 1 additional card in your hand because it replaces itself and gets you another one. And that matters a lot because we're playing triple drops of Leave. So in combination here, you could turn your hand with...
This card is so bad. But it's doing the same thing that like the Magical Scientist FDK would do. Is it would play... Not Magical Scientist. The Royal Magical Library FDK would do. Is that you have the Magical Mallet and you have the Thunder Dragon, right? But then you would use the Thunder Dragons to like replace those cards in your hand with actual cards that you need for the FTK, right? And in that way, it's like very similar.
With 1 Amp Up and Leave into drawing 6, which is pretty good, except the fact that you can also sculpt along the way. So it's not just your draw 6, it's, oh, I really like the Ambrosia I have in hand, I just need to see a Drataya, or something like that. Like, there's stuff like that. Leave is probably the best card in this deck, I'll be honest. This card's crazy. It's the best card in this deck that isn't ban-worthy, to be clear.
Amp Up is just wild.
It's very funny that he says that, because outside of this deck exactly, Drops of Leave is such an ass card. Like, it is like, quite literally, probably the worst card in the entire game of Elestrals.
Wild, because like obviously we're playing the Leave, so you can draw extra cards with it, but also from the deck thinning perspective, because I mean we haven't shown it yet, but people should be able to expect we're playing Nectar of Gods, and so like if you open up if you open up the Nectar of Gods and an Amp Up.
So funny thing about Nog now, Nog's searchable. So hold up. What's it called? What's the name of the guy? It's an insectoid, and it's fire. Ignector. Yep. So with Firestorm Ignector, when you cast this Ignector, you can search your deck for a Nog and add it to your hand. Base set Ignector says, when you normal cast this Ignector, you can special cast up to 2 Ignectar from your hand or deck in attack position with fire. If you do, skip this turn's battle phase. So you can search like 2 Nog off of a normal summon, which would probably make this deck a lot more consistent, if you're asking me.
Like, you don't just Nectar of Gods, because then you could draw new additional amp ups. By doing amp up effect first, you thin your deck 2 cards, meaning that that's just 2 less combo interactions that Nectar, or 2 more combo interactions that Nectar is more likely to see you draw, because you no longer have these additional cards that you don't want to see.
Yeah, it's crazy. Lead is an incredible card.
Again, very, very similar to Magical Scientist in the way that you're like, sculpting your hand as you deep draw, right?
Nectar is an incredible card. Another incredible card we're running here is Golden Apple of Discord. We're playing 3 of it. This card, normally sees play alongside Drataya, such that you can trigger Latagon. In this deck, we're using it not even to hand rip our opponent. We're not, we've already made a video, Josh made a video where we Spark It hand loop for 5 with Golden Apple plus Spark It. We don't care about the hand ripping. It's a nice positive in case we, for whatever reason, aren't able to FTK. But this is really more so a discard outlet, such that we can get back our really powerful Alestrals like Ash Rabbit. We can Golden Apple push Ash Rabbit, and then use the powerful Rise from the Ashes to bring
Which is now at 1 at this point.
it back. And now we are able to start recycling cards. Is how we get to our Exalt Flares. We want to discard Exalt Flare, bring it back, and now we can start doing the FTK in earnest instead of just trying to deck thin as much as possible.
So looping that back into the Comagma as well, because the most important part of this FTK is that there are 3 monsters, or Alestrals, I guess, that you need to see on the board. You need to have your Drataya for your draw engine, you need to have your Ash Rabbit for your loop engine with your Cornucopias or Ambrosias, whatever, but you also have to have the Exalt Flare, and the only real reliable way of doing that is to discard them, which is why we also opted for the Comagma. So you're going to discard them off of either of those 5 cards, the Rise is going to bring it back, and that's just why it's important to be able to discard.
Yeah. So speaking of digging through the deck, the rest of these cards are just ways of either thinning the deck or drawing. In the case of Circle of Sky, this synergizes well with Ash Rabbit being able to Nexus to it, draw a card, and then trigger Ash Rabbit.
Yeah, you can Nexus up to 2. If you do, you can draw a card.
We're also playing on a Bag of Winds, which can both be a Nexus Bank if we misenchant it with fire. It deck thins with Hephaestus. Hephaestus essentially, if you have lead and you have Hephaestus, you play Hephaestus, search Bag of Winds, you now have an additional card that you can lead back. And then additionally, as a sort of fallback, if for whatever reason your Drataya engine just kind of stalls out a little bit, and you have a Drataya lonely on the board, because clearly this deck isn't playing any back row, you Bag of Winds it. It's now a 6 defense that cannot be outed with something like a race to the top, or an Earthquake, or a Resting on Your Laurels. None of those interact with it.
I think that this was in Frostfall, so Eddie wasn't out at this point.
And so this is also a great option to just stall out a game so that you can have another turn. Because a lot of times, if you're unable to do it turn 1, it's because you need another normal summon to get the engine online. And so being able to keep the Drataya up and then make it to another turn where you can normal summon is really important. Last card in the deck is the one of Eruption. It just can help secure games. In a lot of instances, you'll maybe just not be able to get enough spirit.
If you're going to draw through your entire deck anyway, why not, right? Like, you're going to see it. Your deck is going to be empty, or like pretty close to by the time you finish combo. Why not just play the one of card that secures you the game?
Under the Wasp Fire to be able to have it do 11 activations. And so what you can do is you can have it do 10, and then you just, or 9 actually, and then you can just Eruption for game. Because all that matters is that you get them to 2 and then burn them for 3. And so that is the deck. And we're gonna go ahead and hop into a combo here. For anyone interested, it's all fire with a thunder 2 wind. I don't even need to put that in the video. You'll see it in the combo. All right, let's randomize our deck through a non-random means first.
Yeah, if you leave, you're stuck with whatever you get. If you mulligan, you can just mulligan again. You can just do half now, it's fine.
All right.
We showcased that we're properly doing it.
3, 4, 5.
Oh, beautiful hand.
Honestly. I wish that this was edited. I wish that we could fake this.
Let's just perfectly craft the hand and
tell
people that
every
we're just gonna
single
get
draw.
it.
You simply will open it. All right, do half one more time. 1, 2, looking good. 3, 4, 5. All right,
that's better.
We've mulliganed twice already.
This is actually pretty decent too, because we can showcase the whole amp up thing, thinning the deck before you draw.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna go search our deck. Next few draws would have been not great. We really, really want to see this damn Drataya. Oh, dude, what the fuck is happening? Look at this.
All 3 Drataya on the bottom is crazy.
Wow, I suck at shuffling. I don't know. We'll go ahead and we'll Nectar here. Pray, come on, Prage. We take that? Okay. Ooh.
Okay, that's even better actually.
Nog drops a leave. That's crazy.
I think you Nectar first for a maximum leave.
Yeah. Start considering what's in our spirit deck here. Draw 2. Okay.
Ooh.
Double
okay.
Ambro.
So now, if we leave everything except those 2 Ambrosias, we're drawing 6.
Yep.
So all we have to do is see a Drataya.
1. Come on. 2. Come on. 3. 4.
Oh,
there you go.
6. All right.
Oh, that's crazy.
So we legitimately have every piece we need except for Rise and Ash.
Yeah. This is incredible. Okay. All right. So we go Drataya here. We've done it. We go Drataya. We go Ambro. We Ambro, heal back 3 fire, and we draw 2 cards. Oh!
Ooh!
Oh, so good. Oh my.
No way. All right, we'll go Ambro again. Heal back another 3 fire. We only have 6 spirits underneath in the underworld. 1. Oh! Ooh.
Oh my. Okay.
So this is. So when I do this, in just testing, doing test hands, I'm just gonna do it from here on out because we're FTKing. I just start laying my shit out because I need to organize. This deck is not easy to pilot. I need to organize where my stuff is. You're gonna see this gets really messy.
And that's the thing is
my
like
spirits too up here.
You have to start like really thinking about your interactions because like obviously you're gonna cornucopia loop your earth spirits. You're gonna just keep like it gets really ridiculous.
It's actually not easy to pilot. So we have 2 in Underworld. I think we just go cornucopia here and we'll draw 3, heal 2. Order of operations technically draw first. Okay. Then we heal 2. We heal back 2 fire. And then resolves, and then we trigger Jataya. And then welcome to a thing I've started doing recently. I have my piles of Ambrosia, so I can tell how many I have. So we'll draw 2 here with the Jataya. Eruption's fine. Hephaestus is pretty good.
We did make a slight misplay because we already had an Hephaestus, right? You want to get Bag of Winds out of your deck first.
True. We can go ahead and we'll do that right away. Now that you've pointed
we
out.
just don't, so that we don't dead draw it. But yeah, we do apologize, you guys. This is going to be very hard to look at.
It's a little messy because that is the nature of this deck. It's a messy deck.
But by the end of this combo, we're going to have like 17 cards in hand.
Like, there's a point where I've drawn enough of my deck that I'll pile off to the side of cards I've never.
Right now, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards in hand.
Because like this Jataya is great for late lead spotter right now, but if I see it after I already have used leads, there's no point. Let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We've got 20 cards left in the deck already.
We've already gone through half of our deck. Our opponent has not yet taken a turn.
They haven't done anything yet. We'll go for Ambrosia. So this is going to heal 3. We'll draw first, heal 3. That's our other Exalt Flare.
You do have to always put back to Earth.
And a consideration later in the game is you do have to draw to heal. So if you have 2 little cards in deck, that gets to be a problem. We'll draw 2 for Jataya. Killer. Oh!
That's wild.
So we'll go Nog first.
This is wild.
This is absurd. We'll Nog first. We'll draw 2. Oh, all right. So that's it. We will do it all. We will do it all. So we're gonna go organize my.
There's no. We've reached a point where there's pretty much no way for this to fail unless we specifically do not get to our rabbit.
Yeah. If we never see the rabbit, it's over. I will draw 2. Come on.
But like we have multiple leads.
All right. We have
Rise.
So we're fine.
Yeah. We have Rise.
We can amp up again, right?
With the Ambro.
Well, we have to Ambro first.
So we might just draw the second one here. Yeah.
At which case it just becomes lead fodder.
So we'll draw. Oh, that was 1 too many. It's fine. We're drawing it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's 5.
Fair.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely what we're doing. It was just I didn't know if I actually had the ones in Underworld. 1, 2. All right, so this is everything. The issue now is we don't have our little baby rabbit, but that's okay because
we have leave.
All right, this is the time where we pause. So we know that we have all these in Underworld. I don't have to consider checking them. I'm gonna reorganize my field here a little bit better. So I
think
go amp up here.
Yeah.
We go amp up here just to
get the last amp up out of the deck.
Bottom of the deck. Let's see. Ashra was our next draw. How many cards in deck do we have? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 9. All right. So now, I think we probably lead here. So we can lead back. I guess we want to keep the lead in case we want to lead again. We'll keep our combo pieces.
Our Flares, the Wasp, the Rise. We need to keep a golden apple. We need to keep as many golden apples as we have, actually.
It's just 1 at the moment.
Okay, yeah, because we're essentially all we need to see in order to do this is 1 Rise, 1 Apple, 1 Rabbit. If we hit Rise, Apple, Rabbit, we have the FTK.
Well, yeah, because we'll be able to cycle.
Yeah.
And draw a bunch. So it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll draw 8 here. And then we can just do it again. Worst case scenario, I believe.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we just second leads.
Oh, fucking do it again. How many am I drawing? I forgot. I said I was drawing 8.
Yeah, you're drawing 8.
All right, thank you. That's the benefit of having someone here is I can't remember. Get distracted.
Yeah, this FTK is just insane.
I gotta go back to what I was doing earlier.
Well, yeah, when you've got so little cards in your deck, there's no stability behind it.
Draw 8. 1, 2, huge. 3.
There we go.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, yeah, I mean that's it.
Yeah, rabbit, apple.
So let's separate our piles again.
Now it's just a matter of going through the motions.
So what we can do is we're going to golden apple away our ash rabbit. Pitch that. We have never hand ripped our opponent for 1. Just keep that in mind. They're at 4 cards in hand right now.
And they mill 2 as well. So
and they also
you all are.
So the reason why, not only is it like a consistent FTK, but then also afterwards, right? Because you have to apple and hand rip them, you probably get deck knowledge as well of like kind of what they're playing. At this stage in the game, there wasn't really like archetypes. Like you could hand rip an an Ash Rabbit and just be like, I have no idea what they're playing.
Are also getting rid of some of their consistency pieces potentially.
Yeah, we're then gonna go for Ash Rabbit with the Rise from the Ashes, and we'll trigger Ash Rabbit. So welcome to
here's the fun part.
This is what we're gonna be doing for the rest of the game to draw the remainder of our deck. We target our targets with Ash Rabbit. I wonder what we're going to get.
Really difficult choice, guys.
It's really difficult.
And interactive.
It's true. We'll go Cornucopia. We'll draw. We'll heal 5, which is always going to be 2.
Probably not drawing off the Jataya.
1, 2, 3. We don't need to, in fact, right? I believe we have everything.
Yeah, we have everything, so we don't want to deck ourselves out, so we just simply opt not to Jataya. We have all of the pieces in our hand, so there's no need to draw anymore. The only reason we are is because we want the Cornucopia still, and the Cornucopia draw is mandatory.
Yeah. So we've healed. We can now Golden Apple again.
Exactly.
Exalt Flare. Our opponent's not 3
Hell,
cards in
I
hand. We
would
then
say
rise
if you rip the hibernation, you probably know like 100% of their deck in that specific case, because like Bear Bomb is so like cookie cutter.
Actually, we need to keep a spirit in spirit deck here, an extra fire here, to be able to do this. So we're gonna do off of Hephaestus here. And this is where you gotta make very, very smart decisions with this deck, because if I did this incorrectly, I wouldn't be able to ascend the way that I need to for the Exalt Flare. Actually, so fun fact, something we actually could do here. Let me do this. Let me show how I think the correct thing to do is pay off Hephaestus. Let me show you that it doesn't matter here. So we'll summon the Exalt Flare. We'll go for Exalt Flare here. We'll Nexus to the Ash Rabbit, and then we'll send Exalt Flare into Exalt Flare with an Earth. And this is totally fine, because we can still use the Exalt Flare effect if we need to. And when we go to grab our Cornucopia, again targeting all 3 here, we can then play Cornucopia off of Exalt Flare. And then we will first draw our card. Who cares?
And just because things are getting a little bit messy, we want to reiterate that Cornucopia was added because we Nexus to the Ash Rabbit.
Yes.
So Ash Rabbit's going to activate again.
Yeah, so Ash Rabbit got our Cornucopia. We drew our card. We activated, we drew our card. We
Probably
got
it was
back
5s.
spirits.
I mean,
I think we actually want to go for Circle the Sky here. We're going to circle over to Ash Rabbit. Just because we need the spirits back here, we'll draw a card. Well, actually, we don't have to. Let's see. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I would just say don't. The draw is optional. There's no need for it.
I think I'm going to do the draw.
Okay.
That was the only thing I was looking for. I just hit it off the top. I'm crazy. Oh my god.
And then now the Ash Rabbit.
And then now Ash Rabbit will trigger to get us Cornucopia. And then we activate the Cornucopia added off of Ash Rabbit, getting us back
Draw
to Earth.
5.
3 fire. We only have 2 fire left at Underworld. You know what's crazy is for how crazy this combo has felt, probably to watch. This is maybe one of the worst ones actually, because when I do this, usually I'm comfortably at a point where I have to start adding back all of these from Underworld and I like run out of fires by the second time I do the Exalt Flare Ascension. So this actually is probably one of the worst ones I've done recently. We'll do Hephaestus for 4 here.
And then we can Exalt Flare again.
And then we Exalt Flare once more. And
that will, of course, activate the rabbit.
So we first have to ascend. Again, I'm going to do it with the Earth here, I think, because we're going to add back... It doesn't matter. I'm going to do the Earth anyway. We'll send, then we Ash Rabbit trigger. We get back Cornucopia one last time, potentially. Hold on, before I target this, let me make sure that I have my spirits all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we get this. Okay. So we get the Cornucopia. We'll play it again. We'll draw a card, mandatory. Get that out of here. And then we will return our 5, which is going to be 2 of a Pyro, 2 Triatlas, and a Zaptor. Our Ash Rabbit has become huge. We're just going to resolve this. We don't need to draw 2 with Retaya.
Then we get 1 final Ascension.
Yeah, we don't even need to do that yet, though, because what we're going to do is we're going to go for Circle the Sky here. And we're going to Nexus over to the Ash Rabbit. And Ash Rabbit here, actually, I think, is just going to target a regular, the 3 regular Impros we have in our Underworld. So we've got all 3 here. We're just going to go get a regular one of these. This is, you just need to do at the end of the combo, just in case you need to hit the Eruption, which we haven't drawn yet. So if we go Circle the Sky, we Nexus, we get back Cornucopia, we Ambrosia back. Apologies for any delay. For the jumps a bunch here. I used to only play 11 spirits in this deck, which meant that you needed the Eruption to resolve, but we're fine. So we're going to Nexus here. We'll draw... We don't need to draw. We'll then Ash Rabbit to get ourselves a Cornucopia, I guess. We then will go for
yeah, Spiders is
Ash Rabbit, and then we ascend
one
the entire board.
like you should have seen the first week of Firestorm. Like the first premiere, 25% of the room was on Spiders because people thought that deck was crazy. Turns out it sucks.
Forward into
you need like a spider that has a 5 stat line that also searches the field spell and special casts in Alestral, right?
our Waspire here.
Now let's do a count of the fire spirits underneath it.
Yeah, so just to be clear, we need at least 2 spirits under it to be able to resolve, essentially. If we left it with just 2 fire under it, right, our last activation goes and it dies, which is bad because we might want to use that for an eruption, hypothetically. In this case, we have enough where we kill off of this. But in the case where you maybe aren't able to fully do it easily and you need to make sure that you have an extra spirit on board to potentially eruption, maybe you're unable to get all of your fires out of spirit deck, something like that.
Hi Scarab, how's it going? Yeah, I red layered. Wow, that's crazy. And they really aren't. We're reacting to the first and only FTK that Alestrals has ever seen. First turn kill.
Like that. You want to make sure that you always have the earth and the fire.
And which is the reason why Drataya is currently banned.
And then all these other ones are activations. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would be 22 expansions from your opponent, and that will kill them.
Understandable.
I can't hammer home this point enough. I don't think I brought it up enough, but just in talking about this, a really large issue with this deck isn't just the fact that you can do this, because admittedly, it doesn't happen every game, right? It doesn't happen every game. But if it doesn't happen turn 1, it's really likely it happens turn 2. If it doesn't happen turn 2, it's almost certain it happens turn 3. If somehow by turn 4 you haven't done it, you still probably spun your wheels for like 10-15 minutes to try and get there. This combo took me 23 minutes, and I will happily upload the unedited footage if you want confirmation that we didn't stack this in some way. Believe me, I wish that I stacked it, because it wouldn't have taken 25 minutes for us to do this entire thing. And that was with us playing. Like, Alex and I are both experienced with this deck at this point. We've labbed this really hard. We've gotten really good at playing. But it still just takes a lot of thought and a lot of time to figure out how you want to navigate lines to make sure that this Waspire kills your opponent at the end of your turn, no matter what.
Subway Surfers on the top left. True.
This
Real.
deck, again, this video is uploaded at the ban of Waspire or Tritaya, whichever it is.
Because we do not endorse that you do this. We are specifically waiting.
We're waiting. We don't want to introduce this to the world.
Yeah, well, once this is out there, you cannot do it. So,
you can't do it anymore.
If you didn't figure it out, oh well.
Yeah, too bad you didn't figure out the FTK, didn't bring it to event. But the main thing is that this combo takes so long that it actually would impede tournament proceedings in a lot of instances, we believe. The other thing, though, is that since this isn't legal anymore, what's the point of showing it other than like, oh, here's a cool thing we came up with? I actually, unironically, will be keeping this list together even now that Tritaya is banned, because
when was that ban list? Let me look it up. It wasn't that one.
We shocked everyone by banning this one card. Drataya, a seemingly harmless little dragon fruit, has everybody talking. You see, Drataya is a draw engine enabler,
About a year ago.
Players to
About a year ago, so like 11 months-ish. So like, let's see if we can find it. I think it was a bit after, I want to say. Yeah. So this was the FTK getting banned 11 months ago. And this was the announcement of the Kickstarter. So that was probably like October of last year. Oh yeah, and then this is that's Shattered Stars, which was before Moonrise. So, yeah, this was like during Daybreak, I think. Yeah. This was during Daybreak, so I guess Eddie was legal. Okay, so wait, what's the release date for it?
After months of anticipation, Daybreak is officially revealed. Will be legal for that. If you don't have Daybreak yet, you can just bring a.
Okay, so August 20th. That's a casual weekly. Do they have an announcement for a premiere? This is a premiere. Okay. So August 25th was the next premiere after Daybreak released, right? So then this video came out September 24th. So it wasn't the first premiere after Daybreak was released, but probably the one right after. I think it was longer, because I don't think that any of the cards in there were in Daybreak. I think this FTK existed during Frostfall. It's just that...
It's just like Solitaire.
Wait, no, is Amp Up Daybreak? Element. Amp Up is base set. I'm trying to think of what cards was Waspire in? TCG player. Waspire was base set. Golden Apples was base set. Inversia Cornucopia was Frostfall. Bag of Winds was Comagma. I think Comagma was Frostfall. Yeah. I think that this was legal all throughout Frostfall. Legitimately. Just no one found it until Daybreak. Because I think Moonrise released in like December, right?
All you Elestrals heads out there that love playing Elestrals, love thinking about decks, love doing fishbowl test hands, this deck is incredible for just sitting down and just playing some test hands. You got an hour to kill, you can do 3 FTKs. And it's fun to do. It's fun. That's the worst part, is I built this deck like, I'm gonna make this nasty FTK. Like, I wanna make something miserable to play against. I wanna make something miserable to play. And I want justification that Drataya should be banned, because I think that this card should be banned. And hopefully this video is on the release of Drataya being banned. If not, and it's just Waspire, please ban Drataya at some point. If it's not being used for evil here, it'll be used for evil sometime in the future. But you know, I made this list with the intention, with Alex, we made this list with the intention of trying to get these cards addressed in some meaningful way. The thing is that I fell in love with the deck along the way. Who would have thought? I just adore this deck. It's so fun to play, but I would never subject a human being, not even my worst enemy, to play against this, because it's just so unfun to watch. You just sit there for 20 minutes and your opponent, you know, just does this the entire time. They're like, thinking, I'm gonna FA drop to lead. I'm gonna draw 12 cards. I'm gonna kill myself. Like, I'm gonna kill you and myself.
I just want to interject as well, because you brought up, like, yeah, this takes 20 minutes, so your opponent can literally just watch an entire episode of anime while you're doing this. But on top of all that, right, so like, you just spent 20 minutes FTKing your opponent. Your opponent, in theory, should not be crazy enough to say, you know what, you can go first in game 2. So the entire 15-card side deck that you have, you can just take out all the FTK pieces and side deck to play Fire Nexus and still just win the game.
And it'll still be good. That's the crazy thing. So if we think about this in a tournament context, if you play the FTK, a good opponent will scoop before you even have confirmed the FTK, because it will just take so long. If you're paying attention, I didn't confirm the FTK until like 10-15 minutes in, when I had Ash Rabbit and 3 Cornucopia. That is when the FTK is confirmed, because you will be able to draw your entire deck, unless you draw abysmally. At that point, almost guaranteed, I don't think I've ever seen a hand where Ash Rabbit hits with Drataya on field, and there's 3 Cornucopia in Underworld, and I didn't FTK. So it is problematic, because your opponent might just scoop before you even complete the FTK, meaning you don't even have to actually do it. You just have to present that you have close to it, and a good opponent should scoop so they have more time in game 2 and game 3 to make sure that they win. And that's just unhealthy. That's not good. That's horrible. And then you can side well.
Like, the joke's on them because of that side thing. You just play Fire Nexus, and they think, okay, we're going to go to game 2 and have a free win because they're playing FTK. Joke's on them. You just blow them out of the water with Fire Nexus, and it's awful. Yeah,
because there's no way they're expecting you to actually crack that.
Inversion is also pot of greed. It also heals you if you have a bit of setup, but if only because you wanted to card resources. Yeah, like, Drataya, I feel like, even if, like, Waspire was never printed, Drataya would still have been banned by this point. Like, imagine, like, Thunder Earth Nexus from, like, Daybreak Moonrise format with Drataya. That would just be insane.
Back with proper Fire Nexus. Hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, with the way that time rules work in this game, something you could do is, and this is a horrible thing, which is
especially because it's not once per turn. Oh my god.
Is your opponent says, okay, I go first. You draw your opening hand. You say, I concede before you play a card. You side back into the FTK. And now you have the entire rest of the game to take your sweet ass time. In fact, the correct thing to do actually would be to let your opponent play until you are confident you can get to time, and you play your turn 0 until they cannot recover. It doesn't matter if you do the FTK. If you Waspire burn them for 10, what are they going to do? You have 10 spirits and spirits.
Because also, right, how time works in Elestrals is for turns. Yeah, with Sparkit and Drataya, that was... Sparkit, like, wow, the 2 most banned cards of all time do disgusting things. Wow.
Spirit deck problem.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad that these cards are banned.
If you go to time, you play your turn 0, which still takes 10-20 minutes, and then you leave them on nothing with hand rips along the way. Like, this is a nightmare for tournament play, but it's so fun to play on your own. It's such a fun deck to play.
Imagine that, like, you are a brand new player. This is your first ever game of Legends, and you sit across from somebody committing these atrocious war crimes.
Jesse Cotton would like to have a word.
Probably putting the game down and never touching it again.
Yeah.
Even worse if it's a kid. Imagine if it's like a 10-year-old kid and he just sits down across from this greasy card
Yeah,
player.
no,
like,
no.
I could be Jesse Cotton. I could be the Jesse Cotton.
Yeah, see? Caleb and I share the same brain cell.
Jesse Cotton, FTK the child. Oh, that's a tweet. I'm pulling up Twitter right now. That's the FTK. That's it. I feel like we've got a lot of closing remarks. Alex, you have anything you'd like to say before we close this one out?
I mean, obviously there's the debate on whether or not it's Drataya or Waspire that's the problem.
No,
I think
it's
typically I'm
Drataya.
personally more in favor of banning the card that's actually performing the FTK. You're more in favor of banning the card that enables it, but I mean, that's the thing about opinions. Like, everybody's gonna have them. I do think that both cards are problematic in and of themselves.
Yeah.
But
So we
yeah,
ran
you
that.
can just, yeah, you can just burn your opponent for 20. End of story. GG guys.
Yeah. I think that banning Waspire is probably the best PR thing to do.
Yeah, no, that
because
was,
Drataya is- Just
Shots
Smart
at
Drataya is a little
Emancipator.
guy, and we love him.
The best deck that never was.
The little guys tend to do war crimes, and so they need to be sent to Tartarus for their crimes. I'm happy with either of them getting banned. I think Waspire is probably the correct one in terms of PR. I think it also handles the problem right now. That people still play with a cool card in the form of Drataya. However, I'm confident that something horrible will be doable with Drataya later on. Honestly, I think that the full card hand rip might still be possible and still might be good actually. Just a water hand rip with Drataya. And that's kind of scary. So Drataya, I think, is probably the correct hit alongside Waspire. I'd like to see them both go. With that, thank you so much to Alex, Super Insane. Go ahead, check out his Yu-Gi-Oh channel if you're interested. Wonderful content, great player. Recently got top 32 at YCS Sacramento. Incredible person to go and learn from. I learn a lot from him, that's for sure. And yeah, of course. And thank you to you, the viewer, for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.
Exactly. Like, Malice never actually winning anything was fucking funny as hell. It was so funny. Let's see. Let's close all this out. But yeah, that was the Waspire FDK. A very funny piece of Elestral's history. I feel like everyone who plays Elestral should have to bear witness to that, so that we don't repeat the mistakes of our past. But that's just me. To play Vanquish K9, but man, I don't have exactly. Vanquish K9 is so expensive. Like, holy crap. But also, that deck is like extremely complicated. Exactly. Oh my god. What are they talking about? Image calc. Effects. How long have we been going for? A Yugi Boomer seeing the light, true and real. Oh yeah, I should probably get the music back on. 2:35, yeah. So then, like, what time do I have to leave here? I have to get ready at 3:15? I think. Yeah. I might just end it here, honestly. Yeah, I might just end it. Like, I gotta go eat something. I gotta go get showered. I gotta go get ready for work. At some point. So, like, what, I have like an hour and a half before I actually have to start getting ready. But yeah, no, thanks for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it. You know, don't forget to follow the stream. Follow the YouTube. youtube.com/an1nja. And yeah, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Peace.